Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Kraven the Hunter. He made his first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 15, that was released in August of 1964. His real name is Sergei Nikolaevich Kravinoff, and he's a human mutate male of Russian ancestry that stands 6 feet tall, weighs 235 pounds, having brown eyes and black hair. Kraven attained his superhuman powers by drinking an elixir that the voodoo priestess Calypso had made. Generally speaking, this gave him the abilities of a large predatory cat, presumably a lion. And as such, his abilities are much greater than the average human, and have even been noted as being better than even Captain America, who he himself is considered the peak of human potential. Kraven possesses low-level superhuman strength, being able to lift around 3 tons, as well as low-level to moderate superhuman speed and agility, being able to run at up to 60 miles per hour and keep up with the acrobatics of Spider-Man. His stamina, durability, and senses have all been moderately enhanced as well, with smell being his strongest sense, being able to track his prey by smell alone. And due to a combination of the elixir that he took, as well as the mystical ceremony that he underwent later, Kraven's aging had greatly slowed, and he basically became immortal at a certain point, although there were stipulations to this curse. Now, despite his modest superhuman abilities, Kraven's extreme combat skills and experience allows him to hold his own against much more so-called capable beings, such as Spider-Man, as well as somehow being able to fight against multiple metahuman opponents, all at one time. He's a master tactician, strategist, weapon specialist, marksman, and tracker, also using his considerable medicinal and occult knowledge to his advantage, while also being able to perfectly train any animal, with the uncanny precision and loyalty that these animals show to him being mistaken as mind control. Now, Sergei, as he was originally called, was born into a Russian aristocrat family. But this was during the time of the Russian Revolution, which put an end to aristocracy. Since his parents passed on when he was young, he would take up the goal of becoming the world's greatest hunter to fulfill his sense of nobility. He would find himself right at home in Kenya, Africa, with a crew of safari hunters, perfecting the art of tracking and killing big prey. He would even get so good that he got to a point that he would like to take down large prey with his bare hands. He would quickly gain the reputation that he wanted, which was to be considered the world's greatest hunter. He would eventually anglicize his Russian last name, then going by the name Kraven, and would actually serve for a while in America's Avengers 1959, briefly answering the adventurous call of Nick Fury. But sometime after the team dissolved, he would get bored with the idea of hunting game, and this would lead to his half-brother named Chameleon suggesting that he hunt one of the hardest prey, which was Spider-Man. With new purpose and new powers after drinking the voodoo elixir of Calypso, Kraven would take a strong villainous turn and set his unwavering sights on Spider-Man. Over the years, Kraven would become more and more frustrated at this game that he could not take down, which he wasn't used to, being defeated on his own and with team members, such as when he was with the Sinister Six. But one lucky day, Kraven would catch Spider-Man slipping, and he would shoot him with a tranquilizer and then bury him alive. Kraven would then take on Spider-Man's identity in a bid to prove himself to be the better crime fighter. After a few feats and slightly making his point about being better than his enemy, the psychotic Kraven would then feel as if he had nothing more to prove, leaving a note for the police and then taking his own life. During this time, his son Vladimir would briefly serve as the Grim Hunter, and his other son Alyosha would become the second Kraven the Hunter, although his young daughter Anna Tatiana would also carry that title at some point. Kraven wouldn't truly return until his wife Sasha rallied the family together and tried to resurrect Kraven by sacrificing Spider-Man. But since the powerful Spider-Man clone named Kane interrupted the process and took Spider-Man's place, the ritual was disturbed and it left Kraven in a state of immortality, only being able to die if Spider-Man were to be the one to kill him. Kraven didn't take too well to this, and some pretty brutal family turmoil ensued. Kraven would go on many different adventures after this, all along the way waffling between heroics and villainy, but always seeking honor and respect. And despite him actually wanting to pass on, he could obviously never get Spider-Man to kill him. But Sergei would one day get his wish. After he realized that he had become the type of beast that he was seeking to kill, he would embrace the nobility and ideals of Spider-Man, put on a Spider-Man costume, and intercept his son, who he then allowed to beat him in battle, although his son didn't know that it was him. The long-standing curse was then broken, allowing Kraven to remain dead. But his legacy lives on because he left this cloned son of himself a note in which he expressed how proud he was of him and honoring him with his name and alias so that he would now become the new Kraven the Hunter. Now, due to his powers and abilities and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Kraven the Hunter a rating of 7, which is a master rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join the new Sage.